Hello, my dear Tauruses. You are on the Astrology of the Path channel, and today we will analyze in detail your triumphant April 2026. Tauruses, this month a powerful parade of planets is gathering in your sign. This is your chance to change your life by 180 degrees, but there is one dangerous trap in the 12th house, which I will tell you about in the middle of the video. Watch until the end, so as not to lose your resources and to use the energy of the stars correctly. April will begin for you with a feeling of an incredible surge of strength. Tauruses usually prefer stability, but now a powerful motor will start inside you. This month, your first house of personality is activated to the maximum. This is the heart of your horoscope, the house of yourself, your appearance, and personal will. The main event of the month is a very rare stellium in Taurus, which will form in mid-April. Imagine, the Sun, Mercury, and Venus will converge in your sign at the same time. There has not been such a powerful accumulation of planets specifically in your sector for 28 long years. This is a unique moment that opens a portal of opportunities available once every 3 decades. But before this powerful energy fully unfolds, the first days of the month will bring important signals of destiny. Already on the 1st of April, the full moon in Libra activates your 6th house of work and health. This is a moment for completing old affairs and understanding which habits are hindering your development. Many Tauruses may gain clarity in work matters, complete a project, or decide to change their work rhythm. And on the 3rd and 4th of April, the Sun forms a harmonious trine to Pluto in Aquarius, which is in your 10th house of career. This aspect opens a rare opportunity to strengthen your influence on the professional sphere. Someone will receive the support of an influential person. Someone will feel that their ideas are starting to be taken seriously. Let's dwell on this in more detail. The Sun in this combination gives you colossal vital strength and literally highlights you for others. You become noticeable, attractive, and authoritative. Mercury in your sign endows you with an incredible gift of persuasion and a sharp mind. Now you are capable of negotiating anything, whether it be new working conditions or an important personal conversation. And your ruler, Venus, adds magical charm to this set. April is the ideal time for a radical change of image, launching a personal brand, or starting a project that you have been nurturing for a long time. People will instinctively trust you and be drawn to your energy. The 9th and 10th of April become especially important when Mars enters the sign of Aries and activates your 12th house. This transit launches hidden processes. This is a period when energy works behind the scenes. Sometimes it is exactly such transits that prepare big changes that will manifest a bit later. If the theme of self-discovery and stellar hints is close to you, support the channel. Subscribe, give a like, and be sure to write in the comments whether you already feel this growing tension and anticipation of change. It is very important for me to know how you are living through this period. In addition to personal triumph, April activates your 10th house of career. The influence of Jupiter and Saturn will force you to resolve status issues. Perhaps it is now that the issue of your recognition or a change in your professional path will be decided. Thanks to the energy of the stellium, you will look in the eyes of the world like a leader capable of concrete and solid results. Particularly indicative will be the 12th of April, when Mercury forms a sextile to Jupiter. This aspect is considered one of the most favorable aspects in astrology because it opens opportunities and gently pushes a person towards growth. A sextile is a 60-degree angle between planets that creates a flow of harmonious energy and gives a chance to take advantage of lucky circumstances. When Mercury, the planet of thinking, negotiations, and information, forms a sextile with Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, a very interesting process occurs. Thought begins to work more broadly, more strategically, and more boldly. A person sees opportunities where they previously saw limitations. For Tauruses, this aspect can manifest in several spheres at once. Firstly, it is powerful support in negotiations and business conversations. Words on such days possess special power. People begin to understand each other better, come to compromises more easily, and make decisions faster. Secondly, it is an aspect of intellectual expansion. Many Tauruses may receive important information, hear the necessary advice, or unexpectedly find a solution to a problem they have been thinking about for a long time. Sometimes it is exactly such transits that bring fateful ideas that later turn into successful projects. Thirdly, the Mercury-Jupiter sextile is often associated with travels, documents, and learning. On such days, it is good to sign agreements, start studies, plan trips, or launch information projects. If you work in the field of communications, the internet, education, or trade, this aspect can be a real gift. However, it is important to remember one detail. A sextile always gives an opportunity but does not force one to use it. It is like an open door. The one who shows initiative will get the result. Therefore, it is precisely in this period that it is important for Tauruses to speak, write, propose ideas, and not be afraid to manifest themselves. However, be careful. In the first half of the month, Mars is in the 12th house of secrets and the subconscious. This is that very trap. While you shine outwardly, old fears may surface inside, or unexplained anxiety may appear. Mars in Aries in this sector warns, do not enter into open conflicts until the 20th days of April. Your strength now is in silence and secret planning. Beware of secret ill-wishers and do not hurry to share your plans even with those close to you. By the way, it is exactly about how to protect your energy from envious people during this period that I will be talking about in the next video about eclipses. Subscribe now so as not to miss this important analysis. On the 14th of April, Mercury moves into Aries, strengthening the work of your subconscious. This is a time for deep internal conclusions. Often on such days, insights come that help to understand the true motives of people around you. In the middle of the month, another key event awaits us, the full moon on the axis of the 1st and 7th houses. This is the axis of me and my partner. A full moon always brings clarity and completion. For you, this will become a moment of truth in relationships, both personal and business. Everything that was hidden or left unsaid will come to the surface. How to behave at this time. Try not to make decisions on emotions, but also do not ignore obvious facts. This is a time when you can either bring the relationship to a new level of depth or finally understand that you are not on the same path. The full moon will help you drop the ballast of old obligations that hinder your personal growth. The 17th of April will also be very powerful. The new moon in Aries, in your 12th house. This is the karmic point of the month. It completes an old cycle, lasting almost a year. Some Tauruses may finally let go of the past relationships, work, or internal fears. After this event, energy begins to prepare you for a new personal stage. On the 19th of April, the sun enters your sign, and your personal new astrological year begins. It is from this moment that energy begins to work for you as strongly as possible. When the sun returns to your sign, a new life cycle essentially opens for you. In astrology, this is a moment of personal restart. Your energy becomes more noticeable, people begin to take you more seriously, and circumstances begin to align so that you more often find yourself at the center of events. In the sphere of career, this can manifest very brightly. Management begins to pay attention to your ideas, your proposals may receive support, and projects development. Sometimes it is precisely during the period of the sun's entry into the sign that a person receives an offer for a promotion, a new position, or an opportunity to prove themselves in a major project. The financial theme also begins to gradually activate. Since Taurus is a sign of material stability, during this period, many representatives of the sign begin to review their earning strategy. Someone decides to increase income, someone starts thinking about their own business, and someone gets a chance to reach a more stable financial level. In personal life, the energy of the sun in your sign makes you especially attractive. People feel your confidence and calm strength. Single Tauruses may unexpectedly find themselves at the center of attention. Acquaintances during this period often happen easily and naturally. And for those who are already in a relationship, this transit can become a moment of renewal of feelings, when the partner begins to look at you in a new way. On the 19th of April, Venus finally establishes itself in your sign, strengthening your magnetism. You will physically feel a surge of harmony. Money and opportunities will come through your calmness and confidence in your value. Venus is your ruler, and when she is in your sign, her energy manifests most harmoniously. This is one of the most favorable periods for personal attractiveness, relationships, and finances. In career, this can mean that people begin to treat you with greater trust. Sometimes it is with such a position of Venus that profitable offers of cooperation, new clients, or partners appear. Your style of communication becomes soft but convincing, and this helps you negotiate better conditions. In financial terms, Venus in Taurus often brings an opportunity to improve material status through beauty, creativity, comfort, or the service sector. Someone receives profit from projects related to aesthetics, design, fashion, real estate, or gastronomy, and someone simply notices that money begins to come more easily than usual. In personal life, this is one of the most romantic periods of the year. Single Tauruses may meet a person who will perceive you exactly as you are. And in already existing relationships, more tenderness, attention, and a desire to spend time together may appear. Sometimes in such periods, couples make important decisions. For example, they start living together or plan the future. Already on the 21st of April, the Sun forms a harmonious aspect to Saturn, which brings stability and serious decisions. This is a good moment for signing documents, formalizing contracts, or launching long-term projects. This aspect is especially valuable because it connects the energy of the Sun's life force with the wisdom and discipline of Saturn. When these two planets work in harmony, a person gets the opportunity not just to dream, but to build real and sustainable results. In career, this can manifest as a moment of recognition of your professionalism. Management may entrust you with a more responsible task or offer a role related to leadership. Sometimes it is under such an aspect that appointments to positions occur or doors open to more serious structures. Financially, this aspect is also very stabilizing. It helps in making reasonable decisions related to investments, long-term purchases, or financial planning. Many Tauruses can resolve issues related to real estate, long-term contracts, or major financial obligations precisely during this period. In personal life, the Sun-Saturn aspect often brings seriousness and maturity. This may be a moment when relationships pass a test of strength and move to a new level. Some couples make the decision to marry or make joint long-term plans during this period. And on the 23rd of April, Venus moves into Gemini, activating your second house of money and resources. For many Tauruses, it is at this moment that new financial opportunities open up. When Venus enters the second house, she literally begins to highlight the theme of income. This is a period when your talents and abilities can start bringing in more profit. Money can come through communication, exchange of information, learning, or intellectual work. Many Tauruses may start earning through new formats, internet projects, consultations, teaching, blogging, or trade. Venus in Gemini also strengthens the theme of multiple sources of income, so some representatives of the sign may have 2 or 3 directions of earning at once. But the most revolutionary event of the month occurs on the 24th of April, when Uranus enters the sign of Gemini and begins a new 7-year cycle in your second house of finances. This transit is capable of completely changing your attitude towards money. Some will have unexpected sources of income. Others will start working with new technologies or internet projects. Uranus always brings unexpected changes, but its goal is not destruction, but liberation from outdated financial models. If previously you stuck to one stable source of income, Now life may push you toward more flexible and modern ways of earning. Some Tauruses may sharply change their professional direction. Someone will start mastering digital technologies. Someone will go into online business. And someone will discover a completely new sphere of activity for themselves. Financial opportunities can appear unexpectedly through new acquaintances, innovative projects, or non-standard ideas. Sometimes Uranus brings rapid jumps in income, when money comes from a source that the person previously hadn't even thought about. On the 26th of April, the Sun joins Mercury, strengthening your ability to think clearly and make strategic decisions. This is a moment of strong ideas and intellectual breakthroughs. The conjunction of the Sun and Mercury is often called a moment of enlightenment in thinking. Thoughts become especially clear and decisions accurate. For Tauruses, this may be a day when an idea appears capable of changing a financial or professional strategy. In career, this may be a moment for an important conversation with management, a presentation of a project, or the signing of a contract. Your words on this day will sound especially convincing. So many negotiations can end successfully. In the financial sphere, this aspect helps to see new ways of earning or more effective distribution of resources. Sometimes it is under such a transit that a person makes a decision that in the future brings a serious material result. And on the 28th of April, the moon passes through Virgo and activates your fifth house of love and creativity. This day may bring romantic meetings, inspiration, or joyful news related to children. The energy of the moon in the fifth house makes the atmosphere warmer and more emotional. On such days, people express feelings more often and strive more for pleasure and joy. For single Tauruses, this can be a day of an unexpected acquaintance that begins easily and naturally. Sometimes such meetings occur at creative events, in vacation spots, or during communication with friends. By the end of April, you will feel an unshakable internal support. You have become wiser, more stable, and now all the tools for managing reality are in your hands. The cosmos helps those who act confidently, relying on their true desires. Write in the comments, in which sphere of life do you most expect changes this April? I will definitely read all your stories. Subscribe to the Astrology of the Path channel so as not to miss forecasts that help you go through life mindfully. Give a like if this forecast resonated in your heart. See you in the next episodes. May your April be filled with light, comfort, and great victories.